discussed about vocabulary building skills, that how can you build your vocabulary, and there are so many options, but I told you that you have to start reading and reading. Have you started reading newspapers, or if no, please tell me.
Not yet, ma'am.
ब्लॉग स्टार्ट किए पढ़ने?
um, what about other things?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the lecture slides that I have uploaded in your classwork. So for the section B, I have also uploaded the lecture slides in their classroom so they can see it over there. If not, I'm sharing the screen with you so you can have a look over here. It's all about the context clues, and I told you that what are the we can say what are the skills or what are the strategies that we can know the words of the meanings of the word. So there was many strategies that we discussed in the first class, but sometime in the vocabulary building skills, and specifically when we talk about the reading comprehensions, for example, if you are given a task, or especially a passage is given to you and you are asked to comprehend the meaning of the passage. So as overall the story you know, but sometimes the words which are used there are not understandable. So there is a strategy that you can comprehend those words by having some context clues. Like within the text, there are some clues that you can know the meaning of those words. So the meaning of the words are sometimes
मैम एक्सक्यूज मी मैम, आपकी वॉइस मिस हो गई है। मैम हेलो, अस्सलाम वालेकुम मैम। मैम लेफ्ट कर गई हैं।
Acha. I'm sorry, I lost my connection in the middle. It won't happen again. I'm really sorry for that. So I was discussing actually I was discussing these context clues. Now do you hear me? आप मुझे सुन रहे हैं?
जी मैम, सुन रहे हैं।
Okay. So I was discussing these context clues that uh, for most of the time we have these context clues in the text that can help us in understanding the meaning of the words used in that particular context or used in that passage. तो ये बड़ा help करते हैं लोगों को. When it comes to comprehension solving, it helps you a lot. So as I said that when you are reading and when you come across the word, you can also know the meaning of those words by having the surrounding. Surrounding means that the words that are preceding the word or the other sentences that are following that particular word. But although everything takes practice, you have to practice everything, otherwise it's not easy. But you can also say that it is the easiest and effective way in reading specifically, not the uh, speaking, but in reading or in reading comprehensions, it's the easiest way when you just rely on the words or the following and the preceding words of the unknown word. So it can help you a lot. Okay. Now, if you are with me and if I'm sharing the screen with you, there are context clues. Context clues are hints found within a sentence, paragraph, or passage that a sender can use to understand the meanings of new or unfamiliar words. So when there is a new word or when there is an unfamiliar word, there can be some context clues as well. So there are examples. You will get to know that how the context clues can help you in finding the meaning of a word that is unfamiliar for you. Learning the meaning of a word through its use in a sentence or paragraph is the most practical way to build vocabulary, since a dictionary is not always available when a reader encounters an unknown word. So it's not necessary. When a passage is given to you in an exam, you are not allowed to use your phone, you are not allowed to use any dictionary, so you can actually rely on the context clues for that passage. So a reader must be aware that many words have several possible meanings. Only by being sensitive to the circumstances in which a word is used can the reader decide upon an appropriate definition to fit the context. Okay? A reader should rely on context clues. Context clues are hints, right? When an obvious clue is to meaning is provided, or when only a general sense of the meaning is needed for the reader's purpose. So when you are reading, sometime that meaning is logical. I mean, you can create a logic in between the text, and you then get to know the meaning of the word. एक other एक चीज है कि sometime the definition is given, sometime there is a description, but we do not focus really on. So you will get to know that how can we rely on these context clues and how can they provide us the meanings of those words. So context clues should not be relied upon when a precise meaning is required. So when you are asked to write the precise meaning of the words, you cannot rely wholly on the context clues, because context clues can tell you a very related meaning, but not a very precise meaning. Then you have to use a dictionary. But sometimes when you are asked to write the contextual meanings of the words, there I would be giving you some passages in the exams, and I'm be asking you that write the contextual meaning of the words. Then you can rely on the context clues, because contextual meanings are actually the related meaning of words in that context. Okay? So then you can rely on the context clues. When clues suggest several possible definitions, when nearby words are unfamiliar, and when the unknown word is a common word that will be needed again, in these cases, a dictionary should be consulted. As I said, that context clues are actually giving us the very relative meaning of that word in that particular context. But when we need a precise meaning, you have to have a dictionary and you have to Google it, right? Because for the precise meanings or the dictionary meaning, context clues are not giving us those meanings. Okay? There are several different types of context clues. Um, some of them are, there are so many, like with the context there can be a definition of the word, there can be some other examples as well, there can be logical, there can be the synonyms can be used, an antonym of the word is used. So when you know the meaning of the particular antonym or the word, you just get to know that what would be the meaning of that antonym which is used. See, there are some examples. So try to read it. Definition or description clue. The new term may be formally defined or sufficient explanation may be given within the sentence or in the following sentence. Clues to definition include that is, commas, dashes, and parentheses. So there are some punctuation marks which are used. It means that when that punctuation mark is used, it always be an explanation, or it will be a definition of something, or it will be the description of that word which is following this, which is preceding this particular punctuation marks. So you see, clues to definition include that is का मतलब यही होता है कि ये जो एक वर्ड हम यूज करते हैं उसके बाद that is यूज करते हैं, इसका मतलब यही होता है कि it is basically the definition, or it is the explanation, or it is the description of that word. जब हम कॉमा लगाते हैं, that comma be sometime can tell us the description of or the explanation of something. Dashes तो है ही, क्योंकि dash का जो the basic function of the dash is when it precede a word, it means that the word which is used before the dash, it is actually the word that is defined by this dash. When the words are used after the dash, you will see it. And parenthesis, or parenthesis में भी हम अगर कोई bracket में कोई चीज डाल देते, so इसका मतलब ये है कि that parenthesis, when it is used near the word, it is actually the explanation or description of something. So see, example, his emaciation, that is his skeleton-like appearance, was frightening to see. See, अब ये emaciation का मतलब आप लोग को नहीं पता, लेकिन इसके बाद आया हुआ that is. So this is actually the explanation for the emaciation. So emaciation का क्या मतलब हुआ? Skeleton-like appearance को emaciation बोलते हैं. So his emaciation, that is, एक तो कॉमा आया हुआ है, दूसरा ये that is his skeleton-like appearance. Skeleton-like appearance was frightening to see. Did you get it? Are you getting my point, what I'm discussing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And the next example is, now you see, skeleton-like appearance is the definition of emaciation. Fluoroscopy, then comma, fluoroscopy के बाद comma, examination with a fluoroscope has become a common practice. ठीक है? So at least if you do not know the fluoroscopy, the process of fluoroscopy, or what is why it is used, at least you get to know that what is it. So it's an examination with a fluoroscope. You can search it, that what is a fluoroscope, and then why we use it, or it is for which disease or what examination. So you can search it for the precise meaning in the dictionary, but at least you can get to know that it is an examination with the fluoroscope, or the way we study with the microscope, or any other we can say instruments that we have in medical. So has become a common practice. Are you getting my point, that when we have a comma, or when we have the word that is, when we have dashes or parentheses, it means that there is a definition or there is a description clue. Okay? So the comma before and after examination with a fluoroscope point out the definition of fluoroscopy, right? So actually, before this examination, and when like this particular clause, okay, it is enclosed within the comma. So there is a comma before and there is after a comma. It means that it is actually the definition of fluoroscopy. Okay, it's like an explanation of the fluoroscopy. Duodene, now there is a dash. Okay, so when a dash is used, it means that a short-stemmed clay pipe, which is found in Irish folk tales. ठीक है, Irish folk tales में इस बहुत जिक्र होता है. So what is that? It's a short stem clay pipe. ठीक है, जिसको हम हुक्का भी बोल सकते हैं. The dash is setting off. ठीक है, the dash is setting off a short stem clay pipe points out the definition of duodene. Okay, so it's actually when we have these words like that is, commas, dashes, and parentheses. So when you are reading, when you read any particular passage and you see there are some words like that you do not know the meaning or they are unfamiliar for you, see if there is any clue like that is comma or dash or parenthesis, so you can get a very related meaning of that word in that context. So provided if you don't have any facility of the dictionary or any facility of your cell phone, so you can just rely on the context clues over there. But if there is a relatable meaning, at least that can help you. A relatable or a relative meaning can help you in that particular movement when you don't have the facility of dictionary or any cell phone. Okay? So now there are example clues. Sometime when a reader finds a new word, an example might be found nearby that helps to explain its meaning. Words like including, such as, and for example, point out example clues. ठीक है? Point out the example clues. So जैसे such as है, for example आया हुआ है, IE आया हुआ है, EG आया हुआ है, so it means that they are example clues. And now see, the example clues are piscatorial creatures such as flounder, salmon, and trout live in the coldest part of the ocean. Now, you don't know the meaning of the piscatorial creatures. लेकिन इसके बाद आया हुआ है such as. So what is the meaning of the piscatorial creatures? That these piscatorial creatures include the flounder, salmon, and trout. So they are actually fish. They're actually the types of fish, but collectively they are called piscatorial creatures. ठीक है? Live in the coldest part of the ocean. ठीक है? So piscatorial obviously refers to fish. Okay? Celestial bodies, including this, the sun, moon, and star, have fascinated man through the centuries. Now over here you see including. Okay? Or when we have a comma, or there are bodies including, so it means celestial bodies are actually the sun, moon, and the star, or the heavenly bodies, you can also call it. Celestial objects are those in the sky or heavens. Okay? So it actually refers to something in the sky or bodies in the sky. In course of man's evaluation, certain organs have atrophied. The appendix, for example, has wasted away from disuse. Okay? So you see, atrophied का क्या मतलब है? Have atrophied. The appendix, for example, has wasted away from disuse. Now, over here, यहाँ पे कहते हैं for example. So it means that this word is the example of atrophied. So atrophied are those organs that are wasted away. There is like no use of those particular organs in the body. So you know that the appendix has no use in the body. Of a human body में there is no use of the appendix. So atrophied का related meaning क्या हुआ? Wasted away, or those mean cut from the body. ठीक है? Or we can say they are of no use, so wasted away. Synonym restatement clue. There can be a word and there can be a synonym used for it, but you should have the comprehensive skills that whether a synonym is used or where an antonym is used. So you see, there are examples: flooded with spotlights, the focus of all attention. The new Miss America began her year-long reign. She was the cynosure of all eyes for the rest of the evening. So what is the meaning of cynosure? What is the meaning of cynosure now in this particular sentence? Flooded with spotlights.
मैम जैसे कि हर मरकज बना हो मैडम, हर कोई उन्हें देख रहा हो.
Yes.
And everybody had their eyes on her.
सारे उनको ही देख रहे हैं.
Exactly. So you see, cynosure mean the focus of all attention. So everybody was looking at. So no, when you are using, now you know the word cynosure. So when you are using the focus of all attention, please use this word cynosure. It will help you, and it can build your vocabulary. It can feel good when you use such words. Okay? So the mountain pass was a tortuous road, winding and twisting like a snake around the trees and the mountainside. Now, what is tortuous road? And you know, even from the sound, sometimes the sound can also clue the meaning. There is like the sound is a clue for the meaning of that word. So this tortuous road, it's like the winding and twisting road, because यहाँ पे इसका मतलब ये आया हुआ, bending and twisting like a snake around the trees of the mountain. So that was tortuous. When you just go round and there is a twist in the road, that's actually tortuous, right? Contrast and antonym meanings are words. Antonyms are actually the words with opposite meaning. So an opposite meaning context clue contrasts the meaning of an unfamiliar word with the meaning of a familiar term. You see, words like although, however, and but may signal contrast clues. So we will be discussing in the conjunctions, we will be discussing these things, that however, but, or ये जो although हम use करते हैं, these are linking two phrases or two clauses. Conjunctions are actually the linking words. They are the sticky words, or they are the glue of the grammar with which we join words or link words. But there are some conjunctions that are adverbs as well. We can also call them adverbs. Some are pure conjunctions, some are adverbs by birth, लेकिन हम उसको conjunctions के तौर पर use कर सकते हैं, ठीक है? So these words जैसे however है, but है, although, such words can give you a clue of the contrast. जैसे आप एक बात करते हैं और आप कहते हैं although, ठीक है? अगरचे ये बात भी है लेकिन वो भी है. So it means that it is giving us a contrasting idea in between. या जब आप कहते हैं however, ठीक है, when you say but, so but is actually a contrasting word. So when you enter any contrasting idea, it means that an antonym is used, right? So it is actually giving you an idea that there is an antonym. So when you know the meaning of one word, actually you get to the meaning of another word, but provided you know the meaning of one word. ठीक है, अब अगर आप एक लफ्ज का मतलब आपको नहीं पता तो दूसरे का क्या मतलब होगा? When the light brightens, the pupils of the eyes contract. ठीक है, अब ये contract का आपको मतलब आना चाहिए. However, when it grows darker, they dilate. ठीक है, so it is actually, this dilate is the contrasting word for the contract. So you must know the meaning of dilate. Dilate means the opposite of the contract, which means the expansion or expanding. ठीक है. So the children were as different as day and night. He was a lively conversationalist, but she was reserved and taciturn. ठीक है, अब ये यहाँ पे देखें, she was a lively conversationalist. तो ये conversationalist के बाद ही हमारे पास जो word आया हुआ है, इसका मतलब ये है कि after this word जो भी लफ्ज use हुआ होगा, that would be the contrast of this conversationalist. So when we say conversationalist, means that somebody is talkative, somebody can interact well, can talk well, can conversate well. So lively conversationalist, or दूसरा word जो use हुआ है taciturn. So taciturn means the opposite of a lively conversationalist. We can also say taciturn is the reserved person who don't talk much. Is it clear now? So there are some clues that can help you a lot, and there are mood clues, there are experience clues, there are analysis or structure clues, and there are inference clues, there are cause and effect clues. ठीक है, बहुत सारे ऐसे clues है. There is a practice as well in this particular document that I have uploaded. But I have actually another document for you people, because I just want you people to have an activity today. क्योंकि हर वक्त मैं नहीं बोलूंगी. So I have an activity for you people today, and that is the contextual meaning of the paragraph. So if you are with me, read the following passage and answer the questions given at the end in your own words. So you aren't supposed to give the answers of the questions which are given at the end, but there are some words used in this particular passage that you can take the meaning of. Now, you see, my father was back in work within days of his return home. आपने क्या मतलब लेना है? ठीक है, मैं आप लोगों को यहाँ पे बता देती हूँ. अपने पास लिख ले. Now, if you are with me, are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
जी हमजा, ये बाकियों को भी बोल दें.
Yes, ma'am.
कि take a pen and a paper and listen to me what I'm saying. आपने इस पैराग्राफ में what you have to do is to see the meaning of the spell. ठीक है? See the meaning of this spell under the construction and then move to an electronic firm in the east of the city. There were the days, these were the days when computers were the size of the small houses and were built by sheet metal workers. A short time after he started his job, one of his colleagues was sacked. Sacked का मतलब देख लें, for taking off time to get married. The workforce went on strike. The workforce. इसका मतलब देख लें. Are you with me? Are you writing what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Thank you so much. And strike to get the colleague reinstated. Reinstated का क्या मतलब है? The dispute dubbed the honeymoon strike made the Belfast papers. अब ये Belfast papers क्या है? It is actually a logical clue that you can get the meaning of. कि this dispute among the people, they dubbed the honeymoon strike and made the Belfast papers. So papers का क्या मतलब है? It's actually news. तो यहाँ पे इसका क्या मतलब है? My mother told me not long ago that she and my father with 4 young sons were hit so hard. Hit so hard का क्या मतलब है? ठीक है? By the strike that they for years afterwards when they were financially speaking. तो ये hit so hard और इसका एक दूसरे के साथ connection है, this financially speaking. Running to staying still. ठीक है? So you can get the meaning of hit so hard. I don't know how the strike ended, but whether or not the colleague got his old job back, he was soon in another better one. I remember visiting. अब इसके बाद आपने ये पढ़ना है. Just get the meaning of troubles begin. And there is no other meaning. I won't ask any other meaning. But for this troubles begin, you have to read this whole paragraph. The rest of the paragraph or the second paragraph is actually you can get the meaning of the troubles begin. तो troubles का क्या मतलब है यहाँ पे? ठीक है? So कितने लफ्ज हुए? Spell हुआ. ठीक है? And then sacked हुआ. And then reinstated exactly, workforce or Belfast papers, and then were hit so hard and troubles began. So I hope this is clear now. This is clear now. So I'll be right back after 10 minutes. I'm giving you 10 minutes. I'll just close the recording because I do not want to have this session in the recording.